Hi, everybody, and welcome to Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm Rick Russo. Tonight, it's SEC women's basketball as the second-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols and their legendary coach, Pat Summitt, and her 963 wins take on the Lady Razorbacks of Arkansas. And as an added bonus, calling the game tonight, the tandem of Bob Kessling, the voice of the Vols, and the UT men's basketball coach, Bruce Pearl. It should be a lot of fun. Lady Vols basketball is coming up next on the Tennessee Network.
Welcome to a special presentation of the Tennessee Basketball Network, Booze It and Lose It, Lady Vols Game of the Week, presented by the Governor's Highway Safety Office.
Tonight from Thompson Bowling Arena, it's an SEC battle as the Lady Vols, number 2 in the country and undefeated in conference play, host the Arkansas Lady Razorbacks. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Thompson Bowling Arena. Bob Kessling with Tennessee basketball coach Bruce Pearl, who we've got from that side to come over and join us here on the TV side.
Bob, I don't care how bright these lights are or how warm they get. It's hotter sitting over there in that seat than it is standing here talking about the game. But it's wonderful to be here to bring you Lady Vol basketball.
You still got to stay in the box over here now. You can't get us a technical.
I don't understand. What are the white lines doing over here?
Well, we'll talk about that
later. And I'm not going to yell at the officials at all, I promise.
Too much. Both of these teams have some injury concerns they've got to think about tonight and work through. Lauren Irvin, who's one of the best players in this conference, she's out with a knee injury. This really hurts this Arkansas team.
Bob, McDonald's All-American candidate, the largest player on the Lady Razorbacks team, 6'3". She was a double-double player. Without her, Sarah Pfeiffer, one of the oldest players in women's college basketball, 23-year-old senior. She's going to step up big on the boards and give Arkansas some inside scoring presence.
She's really a glue for this Arkansas team. As for Tennessee, Alexis Hornbuckle will not play tonight. She's going through some medical tests, so that shuffles Tennessee's lineup.
It does, and as you know, Hornbuckle's the energy. She brings the passion. She brings the intensity. She makes everybody else better. The whole team's got to step up defensively. Alexis Auguste, she gets the start in place of Hornbuckle, but it's Candace Parker. It's the All-American, the junior, the leader of this basketball team. She's got to step up big on the inside where Tennessee has the advantage, and Candace has got to be the one to bring the energy for the Vols.
Obviously, Tennessee has a big size advantage against this Arkansas team. Let's talk about the Subway game menu, keys to the game. Coach first for Arkansas.
Well, I think just as you mentioned, Bob, you got to look at the inside presence of Tennessee. Arkansas has got to stop Tennessee's inside game. I'd look for them to try to play a little zone. And the second thing is, any turnovers that Arkansas commits, it's going to lead to easy baskets by the Vols. The Lady Razorbacks have got to take care of the ball.
As for Tennessee, I guess Hornbuckle's the first concern.
I agree with you, Bob. They have got to find a way to replace her. Look for Shannon Bobbitt, the point guard, to have to play a lot of minutes in this game. If she gets in some foul trouble, they're going to have to use a backup.
And also the size of Tennessee down low.
Look for Tennessee to go inside often and early and establish the inside game, and the rest of it will go from there.
So tonight it's Tennessee against Arkansas. That's another good-looking orange coat you got on. We'll talk about that and more. Opening lineups and the opening tip from Thompson Bowling Arena in just a moment. Arkansas getting set. The Lady Vols 16-1 overall, 4-0 in the conference, and 9-0 here at Thompson Bowling Arena against Arkansas. 16-3, but 1-3 in conference play. The Arkansas team got off to a 15-0 start, and then Lauren Irvin was hurt, and the Razorbacks have struggled since then. Let's take a look at tonight's title match starting lineups. First of all, for the Arkansas Lady Razorbacks, Whitney Jones at one forward, Sarah Pfeiffer, who had been their sixth man, now in the starting lineup because of the injuries. Brittany Vaughn, Charity Ford, and Ayanna Brierton are the guards tonight for the Arkansas coach, Tom Collin. And this is his first season with the Ladybacks, his 10th year as a college coach. He's also had experience at Louisville and Colorado, but Colorado State. And tonight he tips it off for the first time as head coach of Arkansas here in Thompson Bowling Arena. And now for the Lady Vols, they'll start at guard, Shannon Bobbitt, Angie Bjorklund, the freshman, the shooting guard. Alberta Auguste gets her first start in the place of Alexis Hornbuckle. And up front, Candace Parker, the All-American, and the center is Nikki Anisicki. And the legendary head coach of the Lady Vols, Pat Summitt, in this her 34th season, 963 wins. Coach Pearl, talk about early. What do you expect in this game?
Well, I look for Arkansas to try to run when they can, but they don't want to get into a track meet here tonight with Tennessee. They're going to have to try to be somewhat patient when the Vols are back defensively. I look for the Vols to go inside early and often.
Tennessee gets it first, and Bjorklund has it. As you can tell, Arkansas shorter at every single position defensively, and Tennessee will try and take advantage of that. Good look inside, Candace Parker.
What a beautiful extra pass there by Alberta Gusty. She makes her presence known right off the bat.
So Arkansas will bring it up. Coach, how will Arkansas score tonight?
Well, they're going to have to do some high ball screens to try to spread the floor a little bit, and the only way they look to score inside is by using ball screens and dribble penetration.
That's a bad start for Arkansas, throwing it away on the first possession. And so Tennessee will bring it up, leading 2-0. Arkansas opens up on his own defense. That's Bjorklund, top of the key, and gives it to Auguste, who fires. That's no good. Nice box out underneath by Sarah Pfeiffer.
She's their leading rebounder, and she's got to control the boards for Arkansas tonight.
She's got to do a lot of everything for this team. Here's a turnaround jump shot over the mark by Whitney Jones, and the rebound goes to Auguste. Bobbitt brings it out on the right side, and Bjorklund's got an open look.
Well, that's not a good sign for Arkansas, because if we're able to score from the Tennessee able to score from the perimeter, that's going to make it even more difficult to stop their inside game.
What a spot-up shooter, Angie Bjorklund, and she bombs in that one. Her 36th three-pointer of the season. Arkansas looking for a good shot. That might have been a double dribble. Got away with it. Vaughn has it on the left wing. Coach, with Tennessee having so much size, Arkansas is going to have real problems trying to get the ball down low.
They really do, and Tennessee's got good quickness on the perimeter. There's Shannon Bobbitt, great hands, makes the big steal.
Bobbitt then goes behind the back and lost it out of bounds. It'll be Arkansas ball.
Now that was just almost like watching Alexis Hornbuckle. Hornbuckle's a real key for Tennessee defensively. She's able to put a lot of pressure on the ball, but you can see here, there's a great strip and rip by Bobbitt, and they just aren't able to convert on the turnover.
So Arkansas with the ball after the Tennessee turnover, the steal. That's Pfeiffer with it in the lane. Kicks it off, the extra pass to Ford. And that's wedged between the rim and the backboard. Alternate possession, the ball stays with Arkansas.
That's not a good sign right there. But I don't know a lot about this business, but that's just not a good sign. Let's get the broom out.
Well, Smokey's going to work now.
I want to see Bobbitt get on somebody's shoulders or get on Smokey's shoulders and get that ball down off the rim.
Smokey, a very reliable pet, a good dog.
What is
nice
Smokey
job.
doing with the broom? Can you answer that?
Just in case it's needed. All right, Smokey comes into play, and now Arkansas again firing from the wing, no good. And Bjorklund runs down the rebound.
Well, this is where Tennessee's dangerous on the fast break.
Bobbitt gets it to Bjorklund, who fires again. What a shooter.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly what's required. If she's able to knock down that shot, and of course, they're not out pressuring Bob. They've got to pack it in. It's going to really open up the lane for Tennessee's offense.
So now Arkansas, another steal. Bobbitt's got it again. That's the third turnover for Arkansas. Bjorklund this time passes up the shot, moves in closer, and hits another one. 8 quick points.
If Dick Vitale, he'd say, you better get a TO, baby. You better get a TO.
And that's exactly what happens. Tom Collin, not the way he wanted this thing to happen, and Tennessee comes out red hot as Angie Bjorklund has 8 quick points. Bruce, you look at it, you've got to make sure you don't give up all those points inside, and then now Bjorklund is really emerging as a threat.
Yeah, she really is. And, you know, Angie has played very, very well at home. She shot the ball extremely well at home, and you can see how aggressive she's being. But she's got to look, I know one thing that Pat would like to see her is do this on the road. Not be afraid to be open and take that open shot.
Bruce, the way she sets her feet is just amazing for a freshman.
Yeah, she gets square. Pat knew when they recruited her out of Spokane, Washington, that she was going to be, you know, a very, very key player for them. They needed some perimeter scoring to take the pounding and the beating off of Candace Parker on the inside.
2.5 minutes in, and it's 10-0 Lady Vols.
Well, Arkansas has turned it over 3 times already, Bob, and that was one of the keys to the game. If Arkansas turned it over, it gave Tennessee easy baskets. Not a good start for the Lady Razorbacks.
And the Lady Backs have missed their first 4 shots from the floor. Brereton misses, and the rebound goes to Nikki Anasicki. 1 and out for Arkansas. Auguste slows it up, and Bobbitt now gets it back to Auguste, who fires left wing. No good, the long rebound to Bobbitt. Arkansas has to crash because of their size and nobody out to get that long rebound. Another rebound inside, and Anasicki puts it in and she gets fouled.
Well, Nikki Anasicki is, she's probably one of the best garbage players in women's college basketball. She does a great job of positioning herself on the backside for this rebound. She knows where it's coming off, and she takes it strong. What's probably worse than the three-point play is that Sarah Pfeiffer already has picked up her first foul.
Yep, Arkansas with little depth. All the subs are freshmen coming off the bench, and Anasicki gets the three-point play. 3 minutes in, and Tennessee off to a 13-0 start.
Full court pressure by the Lady Vols.
And there's a steal. Auguste comes up with a 3-on-2. And now she throws it away. Didn't see the trailer. And Brayerton comes up with a good steal. Good pass underneath, but too far ahead for Whitney Jones and out of bounds. That's 5 turnovers. That's not a good number for Arkansas.
We talked about it in keys to the game, and some of them have been unforced turnovers, Bob. Arkansas just needs to get a basket here and try to settle down, get a stop.
Bobbitt in front court, gives to Auguste. Arkansas stays in the zone. And Bjorklund throws it to Bobbitt. Back out to Bjorklund. She fires again. What a start.
This is almost not fair in the sense that when she gets her feet set, she's a dead eye. And they're doing a great job of finding her in the perimeter. This is wonderful for the freshman's confidence.
11 points already in this game for Angie Bjorklund. Arkansas just not getting many good looks against this Tennessee defense. Brayerton baseline Pfeiffer. Missed it. And over the back, that's a foul. Ayana Brayerton over the back. Arkansas now, coach, 0 for 6 shooting the ball.
Well, you know what? I hate to bring up any bad history, but it was January 22nd of 2002 when we played Duke, and now it's the 24th, 2008. We're playing this one. The scores are almost similar, except just reversed.
Yep, that's right.
I like it better this way.
I do too. Bobbitt gets it down low to Anasicki. Anasicki makes a move in the lane. Jones got a piece of that one, and Parker gets the rebound and gets fouled going back up.
Great patience by Nikki Anasicki. She got the ball. She got squared up. She got her feet set, got a turn, got a good look at it. May have gotten fouled, and of course this Candace Parker on the rebounds.
Whitney Jones picks up the foul. That's her first. Tennessee off to a blazing start. Lady Vols lead 16-0 early.
All right, we're back at Thompson Bowling Arena. The Tennessee Lady Vols with a 16-0 lead over the visiting Arkansas Lady Razorbacks. Now, before the game, we had a chance to talk to Coach Pat Summitt about her colleague, Bruce Pearl, doing the commentary tonight here at the Summit. Here's what she had to say.
Pat, tonight, Bruce Pearl gets a chance to call your game. Your reaction to that?
I hope you get to talk. You think you'll get to say anything?
I hope so.
I'm really excited. Bruce obviously has a wealth of knowledge in the game of basketball. He knows our team. We talk basketball all the time and watch each other's practices, and I just think it's great because I think there's a lot of people who have so much respect for Bruce and what he's done here at Tennessee, and our friendship and our willingness to share in the X's and O's. And it'll be great tonight for a lot of our fans, including everybody that's going to be watching him just to see how he does. I think it's going to be great for them to watch Bruce and also to listen to his knowledge of the game.
Some of her comments on Coach Pearl, honing in on the act a little bit tonight, Coach, but that's still really your relationship. You two just get along so well, and you really do share a lot of ideas, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Pat's one of my best friends, and she has been unbelievably supportive, helped me with this transition to Tennessee, and I just love sitting down and talking about basketball and life in general. She's a wonderful mother, a great coach, and a great friend.
And her basketball team off to an 18-0 start right now with 15:45 to go. Arkansas trying to get something going. Another steal, and now Candace Parker comes up the floor.
That's the 6th turnover for Arkansas. It's a real key to the game, and this is just going to make things better for Tennessee.
Parker misses that one, short-armed a little bit, and the foul as Parker tried to get it back.
I think what you've got to watch for now, Bob, is that Arkansas doesn't get too terribly discouraged, and that Tennessee doesn't actually play down to the level right now. They've got to stay sharp. They've got to keep their intensity up and take good care of the basketball.
18-0, Arkansas trailing. The foul was on Angie Bjorklund trying to get it back. And now Arkansas seeing the trap. Brayerton gets to the baseline and gets the first basket of the night for Arkansas.
Well, that was something Arkansas was looking to do, to get that ball screen defense.
Bjorklund right back at you.
And just as soon as they score, we come right down and score right back. And transition defense has got to be better for Arkansas.
That is 14 points for Bjorklund. She is 5 of 5 from the field and 3 of 3 from three-point range.
Some kind of start for the freshman.
Pfeiffer answers out front. Sarah, an outstanding player. Again, she was the 6th man on this team and then had to be forced into the starting lineup when Lauren Urban injured that knee. Here's Bjorklund again. Missed one finally. Auguste tries to save it, but hit the basket support of the Arkansas ball.
Well, Sarah Pfeiffer is going to be really key for the Lady Razorbacks tonight. You know, they call her the grandma on this team because she's one of the oldest players in women's college basketball. She's got a real history of tradition. What a courageous player. Kind of their version of Dane Bradshaw.
Yeah, of 6th year. She's had all kinds of shoulder problems, a couple of surgeries, a couple of knee injuries. There's a double dribble on Vaughn. And then again, was able to get that 6th year medical. And so Pfeiffer, she's amazing. She's already got her degree. She's working on a master's, could go to law school, and playing a 6th year of college basketball. And pretty close to being healthy. You know, it's interesting. She was only going to practice 2 days a week because of all her various injuries. But then when Lauren Urban went down, she had to practice every day because she's a starter on this squad.
Well, they look to her in a big way for leadership. But there's no one answer that, Bob. Arkansas cannot stay in the zone the rest of the night. Tennessee's going to shoot them out.
And Bjorklund is doing it, a one-man gang. 17 points for Angie Bjorklund in the first half in the first 6 minutes. There's Pfeiffer in trouble and gets rid of the ball with Charity Ford. Let's talk about Tennessee's defense a little bit. Really playing the passing lane.
They are. They're out there on the perimeter. They're trying to make other people beat them off the dribble. And you know, this is a team, Arkansas, that's better from 2 than 3. Good offensive rebound putback by the Razorbacks.
4 points now, and all the points. Ayanna Brayerton gets that one to go, and now Tennessee leads it 24-7. Pass thrown away. Turnover. And that's the 3rd Lady Vol turnover in the first half.
Arkansas's got to keep the ball in their point guard's hands. Brittany Vaughn has got to have more touches.
Houston, they need to kind of slow this thing down a little bit, use more shot clock if they can.
Well, you know, they're not a patient team. Tom talked before the game about the fact that they like to run and gun, but it's very, very difficult to keep up with Tennessee's depth and talent.
Parker gets the bucket and the foul from behind and goes to the line. So athletic. Bruce, how do you think Candace is better this year than she was last year even?
I think Candace's experience in international basketball this summer helped her a great deal. You know, she played a lot of post, and they forced her to play on the inside. You know, Pat started her at the small forward position. And the advantage for Candace having both, she's got the skills of a perimeter player, she's got the size, and now the power to be able to score on the inside. You know, she's got that inside-outside offensive and defensive game.
Parker named the SEC Player of the Week for the 3rd time this year, and a record 13th SEC Player of the Week honor during her Tennessee career, the most of any player in SEC history. She misses the free toss, and the rebound goes to Kendra Roberts, who's now into the game. Arkansas also gets Alicia Williams in, the backup center, as Brayerton goes to the bench. Tennessee leading 26-7. A shot outside is good, a jumper.
That's what's required by Arkansas. Get Brittany Vaughn the ball, get her involved in ball screen offense, and she's got to be able to step up and make some offensive plays for Arkansas to climb back into this thing.
26-10, and now a whistle on a traveling violation as Alex Fuller comes in and travels with us. It's his 4th turnover for the Lady Vols in the first half. And also now coming in the big freshman, Vicky Baugh. 6'4", out of Sacramento, California, as Candace Parker takes the rest. Tennessee off to a 9 of 15 shooting start, but 5 of 6 from three-point range. Vaughn going strong against Bobbitt. Bobbitt knocks it away. Vaughn gets it back, and here comes Bobbitt again. Bobbitt, quick, out to Bjorklund. Bjorklund takes it baseline, drops it off inside, and back out to Bobbitt it goes.
Bob, that was 9 turnovers for the Lady Razorbacks.
Hard to play in this building, turning it over that many times. Bobbitt tried to sling a pass over to the left side and banged Kendra Roberts right in the face, and they're going to check on her. She took that one, looked like right in the nose.
That's going to leave a mark. I'm not sure. We're playing with a Baden ball, and I think she's got that imprinted on her forehead. Look at this.
Point.
Ouch. That's going to leave a mark.
They just showed that on the big board here at the arena, and everybody went, oh, that had to hurt. And Tennessee putting the hurt on Arkansas right now. She also did. Middle. Okay, that's right. It was here. (26-10), Tennessee leads. 11:58 to go first half here at Thompson Bowling Arena. The story so far has been the hot shooting of Angie Bjorklund. She already owns the school record of 7 3-pointers in a game. She has 5 already, Bruce, in the first 8 minutes of this game.
Well, the thing I like about the shots, Bob, is that they're coming out of the offense. They're coming out of inside-out offense. She's yet to shoot a contested shot. Arkansas, concerned about the size the Lady Vol have. They play zone defense. It's not something that they're used to, but without the All-American candidate, Laura Irvin, they've got to pack it down. You couldn't have asked for a better start for the Lady Vols.
And the thing that's interesting about Bjorklund, she didn't score a single point against Vanderbilt, just 5 against Kentucky. So tonight she's come out blazing with 17 early in this game. Tennessee man-to-man. Vaughn has the ball top of the key. Pulls up and fires. Good, and Arkansas making a run.
Well, she led the SEC in assists as a junior, and now she's picked up her shooting over 50% now her senior year. But they've got to do a better job of keeping her in front. But when she knocks down that shot, she's a very dangerous player.
Here's Bjorklund again, not this time. Fuller had the rebound for a moment, lost it. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Tennessee ball.
I'll tell you what, I think Angie's going for the record here, Bob. I don't have any question. She knows she owns it at 7. She's wondering how long she's going to be out there. I think she's going to shoot every time she's open.
She's hit 7 twice this year against Gonzaga and also against Notre Dame.
Hometown Gonzaga, the Spokane native.
Their sister was in that game as well, so she got a little bragging rights that day. Here's a lob pass inside Fuller. Makes a move and missed the shot. So Arkansas trying to climb back in this a little bit as Richardson gets the rebound. Vaughn gallops to front court. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Vaughn again. Swings it out left side. Richardson's open, but missed it. And the rebound goes to Vaughn. Quick outlet to Bobbitt. Coach, if Arkansas can weather this storm, they might be able to climb back in this.
Yeah, they can. And again, we talked about getting the ball into their point guard's hands a little bit and to not have the Lady Vols play down a little bit to the level. Early on, when Arkansas was running the ball screen, Tennessee was jumping out. I thought that was more effective. The last several possessions, they've allowed Vaughn to turn the corner and get her in. I trap it out of her hands, and I look for Pat Summitt to make that adjustment.
Vaughn brings it across. Look at Arkansas after missing its first 6. Now is at 5 out of 7. Brittany Richardson gets it down low. Pfeiffer missed the shot, but gets fouled on the play. Pfeiffer, a very smart player, and gets to the basket, and Bjorklund picks up her second foul.
Well, that's a good feed by Vaughn. And again, we're giving her a little bit too much space. I think that we've got to press up on her. Shannon Bobbitt's got to stay up inside her shorts a little bit and not give Arkansas that breathing room. We're kind of allowing Arkansas has been allowed to run their offense. And Bob, you can see, I think the Lady Razorbacks have settled down a little bit. And after that early run, they haven't turned it over in several possessions. Now what they've got to do, I think, is keep Tennessee off the offensive boards. Tennessee already with 6.
Pfeiffer hits both free throws, a 72% free throw shooter, and Arkansas has cut it down to 11. And that's a long jump shot, no good. Tennessee now has gone about 3 minutes without scoring. Inside Parker makes a move against Pfeiffer, but missed the layup, and the ball's knocked out to Smallbone, who's into the game. Sydney Smallbone kicks it over to Gusty. Tip is good on the backside by Parker.
Now, we talked about that. Their 8th now offensive rebound, the putback. It's awfully difficult. Tennessee's got the outside ability and the inside ability.
Pfeiffer top of the key. Arkansas trying to be very patient and find a good shot. Vaughn flips it out, and that pass intercepted. Penetrated too much, got up in the air.
Yep, no, she's a little bit out of control there, but she's able to get back and make the deflection. It's going to be very interesting to see without Vaughn in the ball game now. Here comes the freshman, Shanita Arnold, and I know Tennessee's going to try to go right at her.
Arnold, a freshman out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, into the game, the backup point guard. Now they throw the ball to Fuller, and out to Sydney Smallbone, one of the Tennessee freshmen. Fuller to Smallbone, good shooter, Missed that one. And Parker over the back tips it out of bounds. It'll be Arkansas ball.
I think Pat would like to see those post players maybe hold on to it a little bit longer and see if they can establish an inside game. Tennessee kind of relying on the three ball a little bit too heavily right now.
Arkansas into front court. Roberts with it. And they get it back out front to Arnold. Here's another steal. Parker comes up with it. Parker has the ball flicked out of her hands out of bounds. They say it went off Parker out of bounds. And now the officials are going to talk about it.
Yeah, good work by the officiating crew. The trail had a better look at that. She saw the play and stepped right in.
Tina Napier comes in and overrules Lawson Newton down low.
Did I just compliment the officiating?
You did. I'm shocked.
Would you do me a favor and send that to somebody so that they know I'm not such a bad guy?
9 minutes to go in the game. First half. Fuller inside. Maybe you're turning a new leaf.
That's 2 inside baskets for Tennessee back-to-back right there, Bob. And I think that's what's required.
Parker banging the glass. She has 10 points in the game.
Look at this pressure by Tennessee here. Now, Bob, look at that. That's Candace Parker out of the point of the pressure, really doing a good job of harassing. Arkansas breaks it for 2.
That's the key, though, Coach. Sometimes if you break that pressure, you got an easy layup.
You got to attack pressure. There's no question about it.
Long shot, no good. Bobbitt runs down the rebound. Smallbone hits a three. That's her job. Great shooting.
Now those two freshmen really come in and did a nice job fitting in and filling in that need.
6th three-pointer in the first half for Tennessee. 5 by Bjorklund and now 1 by Smallbone. Williams gets low and gets free and misses the layup, gets her own rebound, and then the shot's blocked by Candace Parker.
Well, the freshman from Springfield, Missouri, just no match for the All-American from Tennessee.
That's her 40th block this season and 225th in her career. Now she caps it off with a bucket at the other end as well.
Well, Ashley Williams trying to defend. She's going to be a good player in this league, but as a reserve post, having to fill in for the injured Lauren Irvin. Again, just no match for Candace Parker.
Parker with 12 in the game. Arnold a 3 outside, no good. Parker gets another rebound. 4 of them already in the game for Candace Parker. Auguste lost it, gets it to Smallbone, and now to Bobbitt. Bobbitt's been pretty quiet offensively. She missed that layup.
You know, on that penetration, I would have liked to have seen the other Lady Vols get themselves open. Shannon went in to penetrate. She was looking to pass, but the rest of the Lady Vols were standing watching her.
Richardson on open 3, no good, and Bobbitt gets a rebound. She's got 5 rebounds in this first half. Bobbitt, smallest player on the floor. Auguste goes for a stroll, and they're going to call her on a jump ball situation. Tied up, going to the basket.
I think she was trying to look like Alexis Hornbuckle on that. That's how Alexis sometimes floats to the basket.
7:09 to go in the first half. Lady Vols leading the Lady Razorbacks. Angie Bjorklund and Candace Parker have combined for 29 of Tennessee's 35 points. They did Arkansas 35-17, and Coach Bjorklund's been red hot.
Well, you know, Bob, she did not get out to a great start in SEC play. Only 4 for 17 coming in from 3, but she's already got 5. She needs just 3 more to break her own record as at an all-time single-game performance.
And that's saying a lot with some of the great shooters Tennessee's had in the past. And Angie Bjorklund, you know, you can just tell the gym rats, the ones that have just been working on their shot the whole time. Her shot's about as pure as anyone I've ever seen in women's basketball.
When she gets her feet set and she's looking at it, you know, she does a terrific job. I think the other thing that jumps out at me, too, is while the rebounding's been a problem, Shannon Bobbitt leads the Vols with 5 rebounds, the smallest player on the floor.
Tennessee to bring it in with 7:09 to go in the half. Inbounds, ball right in front of the basket, but she missed it at point-blank range. Whitney Jones rebounds for Arkansas, and Arnold brings it up. Pass underneath. Pfeiffer has her shot blocked. Just too much height inside.
Yeah, too much length, too much size, and you know, Sarah Pfeiffer's doing the best she can on the inside there.
Down low, battling Vicky Baugh. Pass across the lane goes to Nikki Anasicki with the left hand.
Well, Dean Longwood's really excited about that. Look at Dean over there across the way. He's excited about that move. He works every day with those post players. A great bait and hook by Nikki Anasicki.
And a left-hand move gives Tennessee the 20-point lead.
When you can score over either shoulder, Bob, it's such an advantage down there in the post. And Anasicki's really picked up her scoring for the Vols.
Tennessee jumped out to the 18-0 lead and has led from the very start of this game. And now a pass down low goes to Whitney Jones, knocked out of bounds. There's Dean Lockwood.
Those guys do a great job. You can see Dean focusing on the post players. He's had some terrific ones. Post players needed to be developed. He spent a lot of time in there with their footwork, and they trust him.
It's a veteran staff, too. Holly Warlick and Nikki Caldwell have been with Pat now for several years. Continuity on a staff is very important.
No, it's incredible. They've got the best coaching staff in the country. There's no question about it. They love each other. They care about each other. They work so very, very well together. And more importantly, the kids love them too.
8th steal for Tennessee in this first half. Baba with the ball. She's been quiet. She's had 5 rebounds, but no points so far.
Arkansas down, 20 and staying in that zone.
There's Baugh again inside. Just no way Arkansas can answer.
Beautiful look. The reversal of the basketball. Baugh screens the defense and steps in for the steal. Nice ball reversal. Nice look into the post.
She's really improved, isn't she?
Yes, she has. What great hands right there.
Yep, knocks it away. Here comes Bobbitt again. Now a blocking foul is going to be called on Brittany Vaughn.
Well, I'll tell you, Smallbone is not known as much for her ability to put the ball down the floor and create, but she was able to pick up the blocking foul. I'm not sure. I thought the defender might have beat her to the spot.
Brittany Vaughn picks up the foul her first, and now Alberta Auguste comes back into the game, and Shannon Bobbitt takes the seat.
That's her first break, isn't it? Now she's played 14 minutes and 30 seconds without Alexis Hornbuckle in the game.
Tennessee on the attack, leading with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half.
I think it's important that Alberta Auguste do not turn the ball over now as the point guard.
Smallbone gets another three-pointer, her second of the game. That gives Tennessee another weapon outside of Smallbone. The freshman out of Granger, Indiana, can continue to shoot consistently on the outside. Brereton back into the game for Arkansas with those 2 fouls. And now Jones makes a move against Baugh. Gets it underneath, a nice look, and Brereton gets the easy layup for 6th point. 42-19.
Tennessee's got 8 threes, Bob, and that sometimes would be enough for a game, but we've already got 8, and with a lot of time left in the first half.
Auguste takes it to the basket. That shot's blocked, and Smallbone gets the rebound and puts it up no good. So the Razorbacks come up with a blocked shot. Now the Lady Backs push it up the floor. 42-19. Arkansas struggling to score against this very tough Tennessee defense. Pfeiffer, an open look.
Boy, she's a nice player, isn't she? Just got her feet squared up, doing a yeoman's job out there for the Lady Razorbacks.
She's got 8 points in this game. That's her second three-pointer of the half. Baugh down low. And a foul is going to be called on Jones. Whitney Jones got her on the elbow as Vicky Baugh scores again.
Well, Pat Summitt's known for a lot of things, and one of the things she's known for is the ability to get the ball inside and develop those post players. I don't think there's any question, but Vicky Baugh is going to be a terrific player. Kelly Kane, the freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, is redshirting. She's over there on the bench, and those 2 young gals are going to be terrific post players, and they're going to need them when they lose the likes of Nikki Anisicki and Candace Parker.
There you look at Kelly Kane, and to her right is Kate McMahon out of Maryville, who's out with a knee injury, but she'll be full force next year. And there's a nice drive, a nice block by Tennessee, and the putback no good by Pfeiffer, and Anisicki gets the rebound.
Too much size, Bob.
Smallbone again. Not this time, and the rebound run down by Augusta on the outside. Auguste gets it and throws it inside. The ball deflected. Anisicki gets it. Baugh again. A rare three-pointer by Baugh is no good. That was her first three-point attempt of the season. And Vaughn puts it up no good. Arkansas gets an offensive rebound and resets the offense. Brittany Vaughn out front. Vaughn has it back up there twice, no good. And a follow is put up no good by Charity Ford. Now baseline jump shot finally goes Pfeiffer.
What a great effort by Arkansas. They're hanging in there, Bob. You could say there's no quit in the Lady Razorbacks.
40, just not enough size.
No, there isn't. And, I think the thing that Pat would like to see is a little bit more patience. You're just not going to come down and make 2 or 3 passes and score every time. When you have it on the break, take it. But then, of course, that leads to transition, and there's Pat on cue with the timeout. I guarantee you she wasn't happy with the last couple of offensive possessions for Tennessee. And it's interesting that Shannon Bobbitt's out of the ball game, and they don't do a good job of running their offense.
Brittany Vaughn gets that blow by, her 8 points here in this first half. The senior out of Plano, Texas, and Pat Summitt takes her first time out of this first half. Lady Vols have a big game, coach, coming up Monday night. Duke.
Yeah, a rematch and a rematch, but obviously that's going to be a huge contest. Duke may not be quite as strong as what they've been. They've obviously had a coaching change, but still, it's a rivalry game. Duke is a program that is up and coming, and a program that I know Pat Summitt has to recruit against.
Stay with us at halftime. We'll have scores and highlights, and also Rick Russo's got a couple of interviews. That'll be coming up at halftime, the Tennessee Basketball Network halftime show. Pat Summitt, Hall of Famer, 34th season, 7 times the SEC Coach of the Year, and 7 times the National Coach of the Year.
Bob, she's the best basketball coach in America, bar none, men or women. She's the best.
Lady Vols have 14, now 15 more field goal attempts than does Arkansas. And another three-pointer by Sydney Smallbone.
Pat Summitt calls timeout. She's not happy with the offense. She gets it space. She gets it into the high post, puts it in Candace Parker's hands, and she goes inside out. And here's the big steal.
Oh, Vicky Baugh decides not to try and slam, just goes up and lays it up and in. She's got 7 first-half points.
Pretty good timeout by the Lady Vols here. That's the 10th steal for the Lady Vols.
So 5 quick points after the Summitt timeout. And now we're under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Just look at the little different intensity defensively, a little bit more attention to detail.
Outside, here's Roberts driving to the basket. Shots blocked by Anasicki, and Tennessee runs the other way.
It's a block party, Bob. It's just a block party.
They get it out front again. Tennessee working with Alberta Augusti, who again got the start tonight for Alexis Hornbuckle.
Where there's another inside-outside pass, and Candace Parker knows what to do with it on the wing.
52-26. Parker now with 14 in the first half.
Last 3 possessions for the Lady Vols have really been good possessions, Bob. Making the extra pass. I think every basket's come off an assist.
Vaughn gets it inside. Williams puts it up and in against Anasicki.
Nice move by the freshman. Good patience, good poise to catch it, turn, and go up against who I think is one of the best defensive players in women's college basketball, Nikki Anasicki.
Alicia Williams, the freshman from Springfield, Missouri, gets her first bucket. Now another basket by Candace Parker. She's got 16, making it look easy, Coach.
Yeah, they really are. To have 54 points in the first half at this point is pretty impressive.
Parker with 16 points, 4 rebounds. Tennessee another steal almost as Richardson does throw it away, and here goes Parker. Candace Parker behind the back with a left hand.
Wow, that's just not fair. That's a highlight on SportsCenter right there.
Parker, beautiful play, 18 points. She now has the team lead in the first half. Arkansas with 12 seconds to go is going to take the last shot.
Look for Vaughn to come off the ball screen, make some offense for herself or a teammate. There she goes.
Vaughn lost it on the dribble, gets it back, and then it's blocked out of bounds by Vicky Baugh. And that's the end of the half. Very impressive start for Tennessee. Lady Vols jump out to an 18-0 start, and the Lady Vols keep it going as Tennessee leads at halftime 56-28. Back with halftime activities from Thompson Bowling Arena in a moment. Welcome to the Tennessee Basketball Network halftime report from Thompson Bowling Arena. Lady Vols lead Arkansas here at halftime, 56-28. Bob Kessling with Tennessee coach Bruce Pearl. Coach, big keys in the first half, do you think, for Tennessee?
Well, I think the fact that they shot, all close to 50%, the fact that they made 8 threes, had that inside advantage, but they took advantage on the outside. And I think the way they turned Arkansas over, 14 turnovers for Arkansas, way too many for them to stay in the game.
Tennessee really got in the passing lanes and created a lot of havoc for Arkansas.
They really did, and that's what Arkansas was worried about. They knew they had to stop the inside game, but to create extra possessions like that is more than they could handle.
Arkansas, of course, with not a lot of size, so they had to pack it in inside, and Bjorkman made them pay.
Well, they were down like 20 points and still stayed in that zone. Angie Bjorkman get him to a great start. She's well on her way to maybe setting that record for three-pointers.
Tennessee has a big lead at halftime. We'll continue with Rick Russo here from the arena when we come back in a moment.
Welcome back to the Tennessee Basketball Network halftime report. We are here at Thompson Bowling Arena. We're at the half. It is the number 2 Tennessee Lady Vols leading the Lady Razorbacks of Arkansas by a score of 56-28. You know, a big part of this telecast is the support of the Governor's Highway Safety Office and their initiative, Booze It and Lose It. Fox 17's Kelly Sutton recently sat down with Office Director Kendall Poole to discuss this very important program.
Thanks, guys. Standing by here with Kendall Poole, the Governor Highway Safety Office. It's good to see you.
It's always good to see you, Kelly.
2008 in full swing, and I got to tell you, 2007 I know was a very special year for you guys.
It was a really good year, and more importantly, it was a good year for Tennesseans. All across the state, we saw a decline in fatalities of almost 120 last year, which is about 9%. That's the largest decrease that we've had in 15 years, and that's our job in the Governor's Highway Safety Office, is to drive down fatalities in the state of Tennessee, whether it's alcohol-related, folks wearing their seat belts. So a huge year for us, a huge year for all Tennesseans.
It sounds like people are getting the message, drinking and driving, you just can't do it. How do you feel that's being portrayed? Because I know you guys had some great PSAs and won some awards for that.
Yeah, our PSAs are nationally renowned. Everybody looks to Tennessee and says, who's your contractor? How did you do this? How did you come up with the creative and the production? And we're just tickled to death with that. Somebody mentioned to me the other day that you really have to be living under a rock in the state of Tennessee not to have seen Booze It and Lose It, or Click It or Ticket, or those other things. And they're just reminders out there to let folks know that, you know, buckling up is the law, and nobody should ever drink and drive. And if we just use common sense and make good decisions, then we're able to change behavior. 2008,
a banner year for Tennesseans, as you mentioned, with fatalities way down. How do we continue that in 2008, 2007 being such a banner year?
That's right. We've got some really, really strong goals for this year. Obviously, another reduction would be great. We want to prove that it's not just an anomaly, that it just wasn't a blip on the radar screen, that we're really changing behavior, and we can do that. Some areas we've got some chances to make up some ground in are pickup truck drivers, particularly in rural areas. We need to get pickup truck drivers to remember that it's the law to wear your seatbelt. Pickup trucks tend to roll over more quickly, and we see a lot of rollover crashes, primarily in the rural areas, that could easily have prevented a fatality had they just been wearing their seatbelt. So we want to continue to get that message out. Motorcycles is another big area. We've more than doubled our motorcycle fatalities over the last 6 years, so we're going to continue to try to get the message across, not only to the motorcyclists themselves, but also to drivers, to be sure to be on the lookout for those motorcycles.
I know presence at different sporting events, like the one that we're watching, Lady Vols. People are wanting to have a good time, but they really have to make sure that they're safe and that they have a designated driver if they are going to consume alcohol. So this is another place that I know your presence is definitely felt.
And we've talked about this before. Really, at athletic events, not only do we do the Titans, the Predators, the Grizzlies in Memphis, but we do UT, University of Memphis, we do Vanderbilt now, all 9 minor league baseball teams across the state of Tennessee. And obviously, it's a good message. It's a win-win for us and for them to get our message out in these areas where primarily sports fans, not to target folks, but males ages 18 to 34 are more likely to drink and drive. And we know they're sports fans, and we know they're going out. And even as we're watching this Lady Vols telecast, we know that, gosh, we all know how popular Lady Vols and Coach Summit are across the state. And we want to make sure that if they're watching this, that they get the message that they could lose their license, their freedom, their life, anything that goes along with drinking and driving. And we're driving alcohol-related fatalities down, and they are a portion of our decrease. And our goal for this coming year in 2008 is to continue that trend.
Absolutely. Booze it and lose it, everybody knows that. How do you think Coach Pearl's doing so far in the broadcast booth, you think?
Now, in the broadcast booth?
Yeah, he's doing okay, you think?
He's doing okay, but you know what? I'd rather see him on the sidelines in that orange coat. It makes me think about Ray Mears when I was growing up as a kid. And, you know, TV's okay. We want to see him stay on the sidelines.
Absolutely. Don't quit your day job, Coach. All right. Thank you so much, Kendall Poole.
Thank you, Kelly Sutton. Pat Summit going for career win number 964. She's well on her way as Tennessee leads Arkansas 56-28 at the half. You're watching Lady Vols basketball on the Tennessee Basketball Network.
Candace Parker and Angie Bjorklund combined for 35 of Tennessee's 56 in the first half. Lady Vols lead here against Arkansas, 56-28. Coach, stats that stand out when you look at the first half for Tennessee.
I think 21 points off of 14 turnovers. We talked about that as being key for the game. Arkansas's got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. And their point guard, Brittany Vaughn, she's got 7 turnovers. She led the SEC in assists last season.
Points off the bench too. Tennessee 16-4 for Arkansas. So the Lady Vols have a big lead at halftime, 56-28. Back with second half action from Thompson-Boling Arena in just a moment here on the Tennessee. Ready for the second half, Bob Kessling, Coach Bruce Pearl, and Rick Russo back with you at Thompson-Boling Arena. Lady Vols lead 56-28. Coach, thoughts on the second half coming up?
Well, Arkansas's got to stay in there, keep playing hard. And I think the Lady Vols can't play the score. They got to understand they got to continue. Got a lot of things to work on in the SEC, and they got to stay sharp.
Arkansas really in a transitional stage right now after that big loss of Lauren Urban, and the shot's no good outside, and the rebound goes to Arkansas. Coach, when you lose your best player, you're your battleship inside, and you got to rework everything. It's a big adjustment for this Arkansas team.
It is a huge adjustment. Just to think, last year, and the last time these teams met in Fayetteville, it was a 75-68 overtime win by the Lady Vols. Candace Parker at 29-17 in 38 minutes. Different story here tonight.
In fact, Arkansas had a good chance to win that game last year. Had the lead. Shot clock at 4. And the shot outside, no good by Charity Ford, and the rebound goes to Tennessee.
Good patience by the Lady Razorbacks.
There you see the points. Those points in the half here for Tennessee. And they keep it going here in the second half as Bobbitt bombs in the bucket, her first of the game.
Well, in the ninth for the Lady Vols, that has a lot to do with the scoring record in the first half so far this season.
Largest lead of the game for Tennessee. As Brierton makes a move on the baseline and gets fouled. And the foul is on Nikki Anasicki. There's Candace Parker, leading scorer in the first half with 18 points. And Angie Bjorklund with 17. 5 3-pointers for Bjorklund. And then Sydney Smallbone with 3 3-pointers in the first half.
Yeah, you'd almost expect that from the All-American Candace Parker. But to get that kind of productivity from Bjorklund is terrific.
Pfeiffer with 10, Vaughn with 8.
Well, just as you would expect, Sarah Pfeiffer, the leading scorer, the leading rebounder, and she also led them with 18 minutes. She's doing just about everything the Lady Razorbacks could possibly ask for, the 6th-year senior.
2 free throws by Brereton, and she has now 8 points in the game. Bobbitt, crossover, look for Parker inside, and she's fouled. Will go to the line.
You know what set that up, that drive right there, was the fact that Shannon had hit the 3 ball the last time out. This time she shot fakes it, gets into the lane, draws the defense, and Candace, with great hands, is a wonderful target.
Pfeiffer picks up the foul. That sends Candace Parker to the line. 24 straight games now in double-figure scoring this season. 85 straight or 85 games in her career in double figures.
You know, Bob, we're very, very fortunate here at Tennessee to be able to watch Candace Parker come in, develop, win her national championship, and we very well might be seeing the greatest woman to ever play the game.
Parker's next free throw is good. 20 points now for her in the game. Last year against Arkansas, 29 points, 17 rebounds, gets a steal and gets it to Bobbitt. How about that?
That's awesome. Candace up front in pressure. When she puts her arms out, she got like a 7-foot wingspan. Makes it very, very difficult. And the fact that Candace is now playing harder defensively this year than she did last year, I think that bodes well for the Lady Vols as they try to win their 8th national championship. I don't know if you know this, Bob, but between Pat Summitt and I, we have 7 national championships.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, don't sell yourself short. You've got one.
Yeah.
In Southern Indiana. There's a 3-pointer good.
It's a Division II national championship, but I like that's one of my favorite lines. Pat likes it when I do that.
On the baseline. Good extra pass by Parker to Nikki Anasicki. The assist for Candace Parker.
Well, and it also started with the extra pass by Alberta Auguste. That's her 4th. She had 3 assists, only 1 turnover in the first half. She played all 20 minutes with Alexis Hornbuckle being out.
66-33. Parker overplaying Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer turns on her, and Candace reaches in and picks up the foul.
Well, that's the ball screen offense that Arkansas is known for. Brittany Vaughn taking the high ball screen, and then they bring Sarah Pfeiffer up to the top and create an advantage-disadvantage right there. Sarah Pfeiffer takes advantage of it by driving into Candace Parker to pick up the foul.
Ball flipped out of the hands of Whitney Jones. It'll still be Arkansas basketball.
Very important right now that Arkansas stop looking at the scoreboard. Forget about the score. You got 17 minutes to play against one of the best teams in the country. Use this as an opportunity to get better. You know, the game is, may be at hand, but take advantage of this opponent that you're playing. It'll help you next time out.
That's a good pass underneath. That's the bucket by Charity Ford. But what a good pass by Brereton.
Arkansas still in the zone, Bob.
Tennessee has hit 10 three-pointers in this game, one short of the season high. That's not a three-pointer, but that's another bucket for Angie Bjorkman.
What is Angie Bjorkman doing inside the three-point line, Bob? I don't understand that.
Needs to start launching. Coach, talk about your thinking about the three-point shot. You like it. In fact, your team doesn't take a whole lot of two-point shots.
Well, I believe in threes. Inside threes and outside threes, and as long as that thing is worth 50% more, we're going to keep shooting it. There's a good timeout right there to avoid the turnover.
Brittany Vaughn was in trouble in backcourt, had to take a timeout, and she'll go over and talk with her coach, Tom Collin. He was an assistant coach at Arkansas when the Lady Razorbacks got their only win over Tennessee back in 1996, 77-75 in Fayetteville. Tennessee leads big here in the second half. Tennessee leads 68-35. Shannon Bobbin with 2 3-pointers in the game, and she's been a force, Coach.
You think Coach Summit might recruit another junior college player again after the performance of Shannon Bobbin for the last year and a half? I think so.
You know, she's a great floor leader, but she's shown also the ability to score when she's had to this year.
Well, this is something she's improved on. Her range from 3, but she has got all the intangibles. She makes this team go. What a tremendous student athlete. Lady Vols in the zone, Bob.
Pat Summit doesn't show zone very often. She's a man-to-man coach, but sometimes when you change it like this, you force the shot clock violation. They threw something at Arkansas they weren't expecting.
Now, it's a nice play there by Coach Summit. It's a short clock coming out of the timeout by Vaughn. Certainly, Coach is in there. Coach Cowan is in there writing up a man play, and he obviously gets surprised by the zone, a shot clock violation. Great call by Pat Summit.
Pass inside to Parker. Parker making a move and back out front. An open look for Bjorkman. She's got another one. That's 6.
One more away from her own record, Bob.
That's another assist also for Candace Parker tonight.
Lady Vols stay in the zone.
Parker's got 6 assists in this game.
Well, Candace could give. She gets a couple more assists.
Double?
Can you say triple-double? Absolutely.
There's Vaughn. Baseline jump shot over Parker, and Parker picks up a foul. Her second. And that'll take us to a break. 15:21 to go in the second half at Thompson Bowling Arena. Lady Vols trying to extend a home winning streak to 15. They lead Arkansas 71-35. Tennessee leads 71-35 over the Arkansas Lady Razorbacks. Bob Kessling, Coach Bruce Pearl, and Rick Russo with you from Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee shooting for another undefeated season here at home. The Lady Vols are 9-0 this season here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Coach, since this building has been open, they have had 9 undefeated seasons. So almost half of the seasons in this building they've been undefeated at home.
That's tremendous, and that's one of the reasons that they've won championships. You've got to win them at home and get a bunch on the road. And Pat has done a terrific job building each and every team. They're not all the same. She goes to the strengths of her players. She's when they've got the advantage inside, they go there. When the advantage with pressing, they go there. The thing I really admire about her is she's always been an up-tempo basketball coach long before it became fashionable.
A gusty from the baseline, no good. And the rebound goes to Arkansas. Tennessee with 11 three-pointers in this game, which is the season high. And a couple of off the school record. They'll have a shot at that tonight.
And the thing about it, shooting 11 for 19. I mean, they're taking good shots and they're making them.
Coach, when you got a big lead like this, 71-37, if you're Pat Summitt as Pfeiffer hits again on the baseline, can you work on some different things?
Yeah, I do. You know, Pat's never played a deep bench. I mean, she's going to play 8, you know, and it gives her an opportunity, you know, for them to, you know, to do some other things, to get those guys off the bench a little bit, like Sydney Smallbone and Vicky Ball, Alex Fuller, and have those, you know, players look to try to do more. Those gals almost play double digits off the bench. What a great play inside the Candace Parker.
Parker gets her 22nd point, draws the foul, and goes to the line. Kind of snuck one in there, Parker did. Got behind him.
Well, the thing that's amazing about Candace is she just, you know, she handles the basketball. This is a tough catch right here. She makes the play, and she's creative.
She threw it off the back of the Arkansas player.
No doubt. No doubt.
Snuck that one in there.
Poor Ashley Williams. I don't think she'll make that mistake and turn her back on Candace Parker ever again.
Parker at the line for the free throw. Rattles out. Parker shooting 56% from the floor for the season in SEC play, 66%. Extra pass. And the shot's no good in the corner, and Parker gets another rebound. That's 5.
Yeah, she's got to go a little bit on the category. She's got more assists, she got rebounds, and she also has not turned the basketball over yet, Bob.
Bobbitt also almost got a turnover, but Pfeiffer knocks it out of bounds. And so into the game now comes Brittany Richardson. And she'll enter the game, no points. And she replaces Ayanna Brierton.
You know, these games are tough. You know, you don't know what you want to try to work on right there. You know, you just want to stay sharp. You want to stay focused. You want to stay unselfish. You know, Tennessee's got 27 baskets on 18 assists, and there's another one.
Bjorklund with 24. 75-39.
Now, Pat has not played a lot of zone this year, Bob, and here we are staying in the 2-3 zone after that one timeout. And I'm not sure that Arkansas has had much success against it.
Rebound Parker. Tennessee pushes the other way. Bobbitt. Parker the trailer. Easy layup.
Beautiful run by Candace Parker. The advance pass. Bobbitt's got her head up, and Candace is able to beat any opponent down the floor.
77-39. And again, if you're just joining us, Tennessee jumped out early, 18-0, and has really been in control of this game ever since.
Well, Arkansas is second right now in the SEC in three-pointers made in SEC play, and they're going to have to knock down a couple.
There's Vaughn right on cue.
It's not bad, Bob. I'll tell you what, I had to try this for a living. What do you think?
That's kind of a Kreskin move right there. You anticipated that one. 77-42. And inside, Anna Sicky goes up strong. Missed it. Alberta Auguste on the offensive glass, knocks it out of bounds.
You know, Alberta Auguste's stats line is not going to look very good in the sense that she's not made a basket. She's going to be 0 for this or 0 for that. But she's done a very, very nice job. She's logged an awful lot of minutes, and her energy has been high.
12:50 to go in the game as Pfeiffer also sits down for Arkansas. Into the game, Ashley Williams, the freshman.
Bob, it would be about now at this point in the game that I'd probably go upstairs and start watching tape. This would probably be about where I would go. That's not good. Now you folks stay there and listen and watch, because there's a lot more exciting action here.
See, Ford comes up. She heard you're leaving, and she wants to get you to stay a little while longer. 77-45.
The guy's back at the truck going, oh, no, he didn't just say that. He didn't say that. There we go. There's her first basket right there.
Alberta Auguste making her first start, gets her first basket of the night, the Bird.
And look at the response of the bench over there. That's what you just love to see. They appreciate what she's doing in this role, and it was great to see her get a couple of points on the board.
Tennessee, again, if you're just joining us tonight, playing without Alexis Hornbuckle, getting some diagnostic tests. She is expected to be playing in the next game coming up against Duke. Crossover pass to Vaughn. Shot clock down to 3. Vaughn forces it up short, and the rebound goes to Nikki Anasicki.
No place to go there.
Bjorklund can't get the bounce. Anasicki goes up strong and finishes it up and scores.
It's been an area that Nikki Anasicki has worked on really hard and improved a great deal. We do need her inside scoring, especially when Tennessee goes up against the best opponents on their schedule. I got to stop saying we, Bob. That's not very professional.
Here's Bjorklund in front court to Auguste. She's going to try another one. Not this time. Easy rebound inside for four. Arkansas is getting tired. They don't have a lot of depth, and Tennessee just keeps coming at you in waves.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. They're doing what they can here. You know, they really need Jones to step up a little bit. Whitney Jones has played well for them. I just haven't really noticed her very tonight. They really worked hard at trying to limit Whitney Jones's touches.
Timeout on the floor with 10:55 to go. Arkansas coming off a game where they gave up 92 to Florida. They've given up to 83 to Tennessee halfway through the second half.
Back at Thompson Bowling Arena, the Lady Vols with a commanding 83-45 leads. As the guys had mentioned, Coach Tom Collin is doing without a key member of his team. Lauren Irvin tore her ACL recently against LSU, and all she was doing before that was averaging 16 points a game and 11 rebounds. I had a chance to speak with the standout from California just prior to the game. Lauren, thanks for taking time out. It's never fun to have something like this happen. Tell me about the experience and about the rehab process that I imagine is underway already.
Oh, well, the experience here at University of Arkansas has been the best experience I've ever had to endure. I mean, tough injury, definitely the hardest part in the major part of our season, but my rehab process, I have surgery next Thursday, and I have put all my trust and faith in my trainer, get me back in about 6 months, and just working hard and cheering on the team.
Well, I was going to ask you, now you're in a different role here, moral support for these gals. What's that been like for you?
It's been a very different experience. You know, you hear your coach tell you this is open and, you know, you need to run this offense because of this. And now I totally understand where coach is coming from because I'm able to see all the open opportunities for the post players and not just them, the guards. So I can kind of give them a little insight of what's going on in the court now.
Well, that's Lauren Irvin. She was leading the SEC in rebounding at 11 per game and averaging 16 points a game. Coach, that's a big hole in your lineup when she leaves.
Well, they were off to a 15-0 start, Bob, the best start in school history. And to lose your best player and your only player of significant size, that's going to make things very difficult for Arkansas to compete.
And that's exactly what's happened for Arkansas. They've really struggled since then. That injury, they've lost 3 out of 4. In fact, this was a team that was ranked in the top 25 before the injury to Lauren Irvin. And I would think, Coach, from a psychological standpoint, that's really taken a hit too, because suddenly you've lost your horse inside, your big scorer.
Yeah, and this was a very good fast-breaking team with Vaughn at point, but they can't garner many rebounds, they can't get many stops, they can't take advantage of their quickness, and it's obviously a terrific challenge for the new head coach.
Rayerson misses on the baseline and Bjorklund rebounds. Shot clock rolled down again.
They're trying to be patient. They got to be patient when they're in the half court and limit the number of possessions for Tennessee. And the Vols have already scored 83 points with 10 minutes left to go.
Mentioned that Arkansas is coming off a 92-74 loss to Florida at home. The most points they've given up all season, and looks like Tennessee's on the way to breaking that mark.
Again, Alex Fuller on the inside. Tennessee needs that inside scoring from Nikki Anasicki and Alex Fuller. Of course, Candace Parker is their best threat, along with the freshman, Vicky Ball.
Shot blocked out of bounds. It'll still be Arkansas ball with 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, you better bring it in strong or in there. Nikki Anasicki's going to clean that up all night long.
Arnold back into the game for Arkansas at point. Not many inside looks tonight for Arkansas, pretty much on the perimeter.
Well, this is a zone by Tennessee. Pat Summitt has had to play a lot of zone a couple of years ago when she didn't have the speed and quickness that she enjoys right now. That's when she went on the road and got Shannon Bobbitt and Alberta Augusti to join some of the other players to play with the man-to-man that she's known for. But zone carried them a few years ago, Bob.
Anasicki gets another rebound. That ball deflected and knocked out of bounds and will still be Tennessee basketball.
You know, the ball went into Fuller, and I know that Pat would like for Alex to hold on to the ball a little longer. Let's run some offense out of the post. She got it on a quick touch. She turned it back out. If she had held on to the ball a little longer, she might have been able to feed a cutting in Nikki Anasicki as she cut toward the basket. Got rid of it too soon.
Good pass. Anasicki gives it back to Augusti, who misses, but the tip is put back up and in by Fuller.
Well, inside shots, Bob, lead to inside rebounds, and that's an advantage for Tennessee. If Tennessee had been missing on those threes earlier, long shots go to the perimeter, advantage Arkansas because they've got more quickness. Inside shots, inside rebounds, the bigger Lady Vols advantage Lady Vols.
Rayerson passes up the shot. Ford will take it. Bjorklund got a piece of it, but she also got her on the wrist. Third foul on Angie Bjorklund.
Well, you just don't want to foul the jump shooter there. You know, Charity Ford is known as more of a driver than a shooter. we like to say she's better from 2 than 3, and Pat Summitt knows that. But the kids are playing hard. They're playing aggressively.
Ford, a sophomore out of Arlington, Texas. Arkansas does a lot of recruiting in the state of Texas, and they got Charity outside the Dallas area out of Arlington, and as Pfeiffer comes back into the game.
Well, Tom Collins has had success everywhere he's been. He's got some roots as a Purdue assistant. As you mentioned, he was at Colorado State and a successful career at Louisville. It's just going to take him a while to recruit and build this program back up.
And he admitted that today. He admitted he's got to get some size, which he has. He's recruited a couple of taller players for next year and also some more guards. It's just a process, Coach, building up your program.
Yeah, I think that play right there is perhaps a factor of some fatigue. Alberta Gusty, used to playing minutes coming off the bench. She's played the entire game so far. We had just complimented her on the fact that she had only one turnover up to that point.
That was Tennessee's first turnover the last time down the floor, and now Tennessee back the other way. Lady Vols have 19 assists, so that's a pretty good ratio right there. Powering up, no good. Auguste misses it, and now Pfeiffer gets the rebound. 6 rebounds for her. And Arnold has the ball knocked away. Pfeiffer going after it. Pfeiffer struggling on the floor, and a jump ball. The alternate possession goes to Tennessee. I really like the way Sarah Pfeiffer plays. Not getting a lot of help tonight, but she really plays hard. 14 points tonight for the 6th-year senior. It's all going Tennessee's way tonight. Lady Vols lead it big, 87-45. $7:50 to go in the contest at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee leading at 87-45. Bob Kessling, Bruce Pearl, and Rick Russo with you tonight. Tom Collin is the head coach at Arkansas. We mentioned that. His parents are from Trade, Tennessee. I'd never heard of Trade, Tennessee, and I asked him about that today. He's originally from Lancaster, Ohio. That's where he was brought up. But his mom's family is from Trade, Tennessee, and so when they retired, that's where they moved. They bought the part of the family farm there, and he said it's kind of east of Elizabethton on the way to Boone, North Carolina. Bjorkman, this is outside. And I said, well, I've been to Boone a bunch of times. Did I go through Trade, Tennessee? And he said, well, you probably blinked. That's why I didn't see it.
There's Arkansas getting on the board, and Brittany Richardson knocks the freshman from Salem, Arkansas, knocks it down. Well, we got a little pride about Boone, North Carolina, Appalachian State. They won the national championship there in football. And Dale Jones, a former Tennessee great, played on the '85 Sugar Bowl team, the defensive coordinator. Thought up that defense to hold Michigan down, and one of the greatest upsets in the history of college football. Appy State beating Michigan up there in Michigan.
Yeah, it was a big win for Dale Jones, one of the good guys. And Tennessee can get inside. She has 11 points. In fact, Dale came to one of your games earlier this season, draw huge applause from the crowd when they introduced him for winning that national championship with Appy State.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had a bunch of people come up and ask him for autographs. I mean, he's definitely pretty famous, and obviously we're really proud of what he's accomplished as a coach and certainly as a former Vol.
Smallbone gets tied up, takes a tumble, but they said that she had the basketball. Smallbone got the worst for that.
This is quite a play right there. That's a good play right there by Arnold. I mean, she just went in there, and that's what I tell my guys. Don't reach in. If you go in, stay in. Go in with 2 hands and get possession of that basketball, and Arnold sure made that play right there.
89-48, another jump shot outside, no good by Robertson. Tennessee rebounds with Bjorkland.
I don't think Pat's happy to see the shots being so open from the perimeter, but a lot of that's a bit of a function of the score.
Fuller misses, and Pfeiffer gets another rebound. 7 rebounds for Pfeiffer, bad pass, and it's saved underneath the basket. Third out to Richardson. She hits another one, her second.
Well, that's inside outside. Unfortunate with the loose ball right there, but good heads up play by Arkansas to kick that thing out to the perimeter. When the ball's not in there, the defense has a tendency to sink.
6 minutes to go in the game.
One of the things that Pat does very well is she runs her man-to-man offense, Bob, against zone. She doesn't have as many zone sets. Now, they're standing around a little bit more than she'd like right here, but this is a man offensive set that they're running. I also think she's going to run that right there. No question in my mind that that flare screen right there is all about Bjorkland picking up her 7th free.
And that ties the school record. She's done it now 3 times this year. And the pass inside, blocked away, another block by Tennessee. she holds the record with Shauna Zolman, and she's got a chance, a bunch of chances you would think, to break it. 27 points for Bjorklund.
I think there
Here
she
we
is
go,
again
right
on the inside
here.
out.
Not this time.
You know what's great about this, Bob? Listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd. Don't you think they've got an idea that that's where we're at right now? That's a smart, intelligent crowd understanding what the Tennessee record is all about. Hey, Bob, can I call timeout? Am I allowed to call? I'd call timeout and get Sarah Pfeiffer a blow right there. Call timeout right there. Look at Sarah Pfeiffer. What a warrior. Yep. What a warrior.
Yep, 16 points for 7 rebounds.
She's done everything that's been asked of her.
Well, you think with all the injuries that Pfeiffer has had, it would have been easy for her to say, well, I'm just not going to play anymore. But that just shows how much she loves the game. And she's also a 3.9 student. Bjorklund, left-handed this time.
She's putting up some numbers right now, making it look easy. But that's the beauty. And I know talking to the coaches before the ball game, that's one of the things they wanted to see. They wanted to see her do a little bit more inside the three-point line, and she's simply done it all tonight.
Brereton from the baseline. She's had a nice game.
Yeah, she has.
13.
She's going to be a fine, fine player. I tell you what, I love to see these players improve. And when the players are making plays that now that they weren't making early in the season, give credit to the assistant coaches. And the Lady Vols certainly have. Yeah, they've got the best staff in the country. Those assistant coaches do a terrific job working on and developing their skills.
Arkansas, another turnover. 3:50 to go in the game. They are urging Bjorklund to get open. Pass inside, knocked away, saved by Arkansas. Another turnover. 9 now in the game for Tennessee.
Well, they're certainly looking at the 100-point mark. It's absolutely well within range.
Brereton misses again. Anna Sicky runs down the rebound. When's the last time we had a whistle? I mean, they're just playing.
Well, that's okay. I know we're having a hard time getting to a commercial, but
that's the third double-double this season for Anna Sicky. She got that rebound. 11 points, 11 rebounds this night. Her 8th career double-double. Smallbone getting into the action. She's got 4.
Lady Vols are making it look easy. And you see the turn down by Bjorklund. I mean, she probably knows where she is with the record. She shot faked and she drew the defense and passed it over to Smallbone for the easy 3.
Tennessee now with 13 three-pointers in the game. Ties the single-game record. Tennessee did it against Ole Miss and Army. Ole Miss in 2005, Army in 2002. And another three-pointer will set the new school record. Pfeiffer, air ball. She's just exhausted, and she's played so hard, you can tell she's out of gas. Yep. 2:27 to go in the game. And there's our Booze It and Lose It fan of the game, fired up. As the Lady Vols have been fired up tonight. And they lead Arkansas 97-55 here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Big night for Angie Bjorklund. 7 three-pointers, 29 points for the Tennessee freshman as the Lady Vols lead at 97-55. And Tennessee also tonight a season-high 24 assists. Now time for the door-to-door travel fast break of the game. And, Coach, they've had a couple of these, and this was a nice one.
Well, it's a great rim run by Candace Parker and a nice assist by Shannon Bobbitt.
Bobbitt's played well tonight for the Lady Vols. Hadn't scored a lot, but she's distributed the basketball as Parker's got 24 points and Bjorklund with 29. Assists tonight, 5 for Bobbitt.
Well, you know, Bjorklund, she's been 3-time SEC Rookie of the Week. She's got a chance to be SEC Player of the Week this week, Bob.
No question. Bjorklund for the record. Nope, Arnold gets the rebound.
Was there any surprise coming out of that timeout that she was going to get a look?
No.
No chance. No surprise whatsoever.
Richardson. Ball's knocked away on the pass to Williams, and here comes Nikki Anna Sicky right to the basket. She gets fouled. Another steal. 17 steals tonight for Tennessee.
Well, that's just a tremendous, unselfish effort right there. Now, you think anybody wants to step in and take a charge on Nikki Anna Sicky there coming down the lane?
Nobody did that time, and Anasicki goes to the line. 66% free throw shooter. And she's really worked on that part of her game, but she missed that one.
See, that's what you guys do. You jinx them.
Jinx them, I did.
You just jinx them. Go ahead. Talk about how much improved she is in the free throw.
Well, now we'll say that she missed that one, so that means she'll make this one.
But law of averages.
Yep. See?
Perfect. Right on cue.
Double-double for Anasicki tonight. 12 points and 11 rebounds. Under 2 minutes to go. Coach, Monday night's going to be the key for the Lady Vols. They go to Durham to take on Duke.
Well, I don't think there's any question that the Lady Vols remember the way they were treated the last time that they were there. That is a very hostile environment, and sometimes it can be unfriendly. And that was clearly the case a couple years ago. I think the Lady Vols relished the opportunity to go back and play great basketball.
New coach over there for Duke. Here's Bjorklund, pass it up to 3. Back to Bjorklund. They're kind of shading out toward her now, aren't they?
Well, a little bit. And Angie said, hey, reverse the basketball. That's what it. There's an open look.
There it is for the record. Nope. Fuller, they're trying it again. Not that time. 1:10 to go in the game. Let's see if she gets another shot at it.
Just look at the Tennessee bench and listen to the crowd. They really are enjoying it here tonight.
Bjorklund's shooting percentage took a hit on that last trip. She's got 7 3-pointers. The school record is 8. 1 minute to go.
There's nothing like the spirit that is the Lady Vols. It's just amazing. These gals love each other. They love their coaches, and they appreciate their fans. This is something special.
Roberts. Now to Arnold. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Arnold fires. Way short. And the rebound is out of bounds to Tennessee. So, 41 seconds to go. A, the crowd wants 100 points. And B, they want Bjorklund to get a shot at the school record.
This is unbelievable. We got 14,000 standing up as the Lady Vols get their 17th win. But what they'd like to see more than anything else is a tray ball by number 5.
They're playing a box and one almost on her. Roberts is kind of chasing her. Auguste. Now to Bjorklund. There's a shot at it. No. And the rebound backside of Richardson. 19 seconds to go in the game. Arnold's going to dribble it up. And that might be Bjorklund's last shot at it. But the key thing is that Tennessee's going to get another win as the Lady Vols were improved to 5-0 in the SEC. Tennessee jumps out to an 18-0 lead and then goes on to beat Arkansas tonight, 98-55 here at Thompson-Boling Arena. Big night for Angie Bjorklund, 29 points, 7 3-pointers, and Candace Parker with 24 points tonight as Pat Summitt and Tom Collin shake hands at midcourt. Bruce, an impressive night for Tennessee.
It sure is, and I know what Tom Collins talking to Pat about. You know, he wants to represent. He wanted to bring a good basketball team here tonight and a challenge the Lady Vols. He's got great respect for the game, but he wasn't able to do that tonight. They were just too short-handed.
Indeed they were, and Tennessee wins it impressively, 98-55, as Tennessee improves to 17-1 on the season, 5-0 in the SEC. Back to talk with Bjorklund and Coach Summitt in a moment. Tonight over the Arkansas Razorbacks as Tennessee improves to 5-0 in the SEC, 17-1 overall. Arkansas falls to 16-4, 1-4 in conference play. Angie Bjorklund had a big night, 29 points, 7 3-pointers, and she is standing by with Pat Summitt and Coach Bruce Pearl.
Pat, great job tonight. You had about 39 baskets on 24 assists. I thought the Lady Vols really did a great job of sharing the basketball.
They did, Bruce. I think that's the one thing we're getting better at. And as you know, it's a mark of an unselfish team, but it also really forces the other team to have to play across the floor, have to defend the inside-out action. I'm really proud of how we're sharing the ball.
Well, I know that they were concerned about your inside game. You're big at almost every position, and the idea was to let's start inside first and then go out. But with this gal right here, you really started on the perimeter to set up your inside game.
She didn't pay any attention to what I said. No, Angie has really brought a lot to our offense because that allows us to really spread out the defense. Our inside-outside action is good. But when she's knocking down shots like that, it forces people to come out and defend, and then obviously it opens up the inside.
Angie, what is it about playing here at Thompson-Boling Arena? You shoot the ball so very, very well at home. You shoot it with great confidence. And right from Jump Street, what is it about playing in the friendly confines on the Summit Court?
I mean, like you said, the fans are here, and I mean, we practice here every day. You're familiar. I have the chance to come in and shoot before the game, and I'm just comfortable.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting is that you got the number 5 on, and there's a pretty good shooter on the men's side named Chris Lofton, the all-time SEC leader in three-pointers made. You've been a 3-time SEC Freshman of the Week. You keep this up, you're going to be Player of the Week, girl.
Well, Chris Lofton's a great player. He actually showed me his pregame shooting warm-up, and, I had a chance to do that before this game, and it obviously worked. So,
Angie, you had to come a long way to become a Lady Vol, and I know growing up as a young basketball player, there had to be a lot of time in the gym, and I think that there had to be something about seeing the Lady Vols on television and then someday knowing that maybe you had a chance to be in this building and play for this young lady right there.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I watched them since I was little. I watched them win the 3 national championships in a row, and that just got my dream going, and that just motivates me to work hard, and I wouldn't be here without that. So,
well, congratulations. You all moved to 17-1, a 98-55 score. Bob, we're going to send it back to you.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. We want to thank the wonderful support from the Governor's Highway Safety Office, who has made this game possible tonight. And tonight, Angie Bjorklund, our Booze It and Lose It player of the game with those 29 points. And she had 7 3-pointers, came out firing early. In fact, she hit in the first half 5 3-pointers and really helped Tennessee jump out to that 18-0 lead. And Tennessee was never really headed after that, as Tennessee really dominated Arkansas from start to finish. So Tennessee now gets set for another tough game coming up on Monday night, as the Lady Vols will travel to Durham, North Carolina, to take on the Duke Blue Devils. And so that'll be a key game on Monday night, as they'll play again against Duke on Monday night. As Tennessee again improves to 17-1 and 5-0 in the SEC, and Tennessee now improves to 10-0 at home, as Arkansas falls down to 16-4, 1-4 in SEC play. So Tennessee a big win tonight, as Candace Parker gets 24 points along with Angie Bjorklund, a double-double for Nikki Anasicki, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Sydney Smallbone at 12 points, 4 3-pointers tonight for the Lady Vols. So balanced scoring, everybody got into the act, and Tennessee gets a big win as they knock off Arkansas tonight. And again, the final score 98-55. Let's go now to Rick Russo.
All right, thank you, Bob. Tennessee, of course, a commanding win tonight as the Lady Vols improved to 17-1. We certainly would like to thank the folks with the Governor's Highway Safety Office and their initiative, Booze It and Lose It. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Hope you had a great time and enjoyed it. The Tennessee Lady Vols, again, victorious as they head to Duke on Monday night. Bob, let's send it back to you.
Thanks a lot, Rick. And we also thank Coach Bruce Pearl for joining us on the telecast tonight. And thanks most of all for you for watching. Tennessee impressive tonight, a 98-55 win over Arkansas. This is Bob Kessling. Good night from Thompson Bowling Arena.